This is Nasi Lemak, the national dish of Malaysia. And this is Nasi Lemak in noodle form. That's right. Apparently, Nasi Lemak comes in noodle form now. Perfectly in my lane as a noodle connoisseur and a Malaysian. So we are gonna review it. Before we begin the review, allow me to introduce you to our national treasure, Nasi Lemak. It's more than just food. It's Malaysia on a plate.
It's a dish so divine, it whispers the story of an entire nation in every bite. Grains of white rice so innocent and pure, seduced by the rich creaminess of coconut milk, slowly simmered away with ginger, onion, and a wild natural perfume of pandan leaves and lemongrass, granting each spoonful a soft echo of the tropics. Cloaked upon this velvet bed, a sambal so hot and dominating, a silky smooth seduction of chilies, aromatics, tamarind, and palm sugar, swirl into a crimson elixir deepened with the umami soul of dried anchovies. A humble egg, hard-boiled to golden perfection, rests among the crisp ensemble of deep-fried peanuts and anchovies, crackling with ancient rhythm. And to finish, meticulously sliced cucumber crescents, cooling like jade against a fire. This is not just food, it's Malaysia's pride and joy. This is Nasi Lemak,
Which literally translates to fed rice. Sorry for killing the mood, but it is what it is. And this is the dish that inspired the instant noodles we're about to try. Now the question is, can this beloved classic really be recreated in noodle form? Or will it be so disappointing that I'll complain on this platform? Let's find out, starting with a product inspection. Alright, so here's our test subject for today. The nutrition information, worthy of evaluation, instructions, absolutely. Because hey, some people do need the help. And who are we to judge? Because this is a product review, I won't be a rebel with the cooking method. We need to preserve the default flavors of this product, so I'll be cooking according to the instructions given. No other creative flavor enhancing ways. If you know, you know. Wow! Apparently, it only comes in 4 packets. Unlike most instant noodles in the market that comes in 5, this brand's a packet short. Should have seen it coming considering how stubby the packaging is. But the individual pack right here seems to be average size, as far as instant noodles go at least. Now, let's rip one open. Okay, first impression of the noodle block. I will say it looks a lot thicker compared to many other instant noodle brands in the market. I mean, judging by the strands alone, you can tell these are some real thick noodles. If I could compare it, kinda resembles the one from Vitz. As for the seasoning packets, we seem to only have these 2. This is obviously the powdered seasoning, pretty standard. Every instant noodle has these and what seems to be flavored oil. Let's take a closer inspection to what the powdered seasoning is. Very You saw nothing. Anyway, very orange, looking almost like crushed Cheetos, and it smells like... It actually kinda smells like chicken rendang for some reason. Or chicken floss, aka sunding ayam. I do smell hints of coconut cream. I'm also smelling the chili, and while the written ingredients on the packaging did say it contains 2% anchovies, I'm smelling 0% of it. That being said, if you have seafood allergy, this product's a no-no for ya. Now, allow me to dab and taste it a little, for science. Oh, more than enough MSG to give even Uncle Roger an orgasm. Funny how I mentioned about Cheetos earlier. It actually gonna taste like hot chips than Nasi Lemak though. That's the weird thing. Maybe it'll taste different once everything's incorporated, but we'll cross the bridge when we get there, right? Now, for the flavored oil thingy. First impression, it looks plain. You can tell it's not a spicy kind of oil. Ooh, onion oil. You can really smell the fried onions in this. Imagine infusing vegetable oil by slow frying onions in it, and then you filter out the sediments. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, this is gonna be some real aromatic noodles, no doubt about that. Okie dokie, time to cook these bad boys. Judging by how thick and dense these noodles are, I'm kinda skeptical if they'll actually cook in 3 minutes, but we'll see. Oh yeah, and the instructions did mention that we're gonna save like 2 tablespoons of the noodle water aside for mixing. So 1 and 2. Makes sense since all the seasonings came in dry form. For the sake of efficiency and convenience, I've already emptied out all the seasoning packets onto this saucer right here. Same goes for all of the oil packets. And finally, the reserved 2 tablespoons of that noodle water, as instructed. And here it is, a plate of what claims to be Nasi Lemak in a form of instant noodles. Now, we're just gonna have the noodles as is, cause like I said, we're doing a product review, so no nutritional value for this to avoid cross-contamination of foreign flavors. While most stir-fry type instant noodles in the market would almost always have soy sauce included, this one doesn't, which actually makes a lot of sense because traditionally there's no soy sauce included in a Nasi Lemak dish. Visual presentation, I love how thick the instant noodles are. Definitely thicker than the average Maggi or Indomie by comparison. My only critique in terms of smell is that it doesn't exactly smell like Nasi Lemak. I will admit though that it does smell like the sambal of the Nasi Lemak. But does it smell like the Nasi Lemak itself? I don't think so. But hey, maybe the taste factor can prove me wrong. That being said, first bite. Spicy! Okay, maybe I'm being a little too dramatic. It's not samyang level spicy, thank goodness, but it's spicy. It's spicier than how traditional Nasi Lemak should be. If I want to compare, it's like 3 times spicier than the spiciest Indomie flavor. As for the taste, okay, I am detecting some creamy notes. Maybe that's the Nasi Lemak factor they're trying to imply. But the spiciness, man, it's a bit overpowering. This is like if someone ordered Nasi Lemak at a stall and they'd be like, Nasi Lemak with extra sambal, please. That's what it tastes like. 90% sambal flavor, 10% coconut cream flavor. Although in the ingredients list, I did see coconut cream somewhere in there. I don't know. Let's look at ingredients, shall we? Coconut cream powder. Contains milk. Milk shouldn't even be Nasi Lemak. What the heck? Oh, and chicken fat. So that's why the seasoning powder smells like chicken rendang or chicken floss. Don't make sense now. So, is it delicious? Yes, absolutely. It's scrumptious. If you're a fan of spicy noodles, I would highly recommend this to you. But if you want to eat this to introduce yourself to Nasi Lemak and how it tastes, as a local Malaysian, my advice is, please don't. While it's delicious, it does not accurately represent the authentic flavors of Nasi Lemak. So if it's your first time trying the dish, just go for the real deal. If you've had Nasi Lemak and want to try this to compare, go for it. And in the end, I believe our opinions will match. If I could pass my message to Nuuna, the company who created this, I will say you're heading towards that direction, but you're not exactly there. You get what I mean? It could still use a little more R&D. Maybe less spicy, more coconutty, because otherwise we'll just be eating another plate of generic spicy noodles. And that's my brutally honest and unbiased review of this product. Thank you as always for always hanging out with me. I hope you find this video helpful, especially if you're curious about this product. And I will see you all in the near future. Bye bye.